Jai Sri Krishna. And today we will do the Gita for beginners. When I say Gita for beginners, it means that it is the first time that you're hearing the Gita. There is so much more. Every time you read it, you'll find something new and it'll be relevant to your life at that time. But I just want to give you a quick a quick tour of what the Gita says. So, okay, this is Gita 7. And so I think, I don't know whether I told you, but in this, and this is, as I said, the Gita is the pendant of the necklace of the Mahabharata because it's the most beautiful part. But now the Pandavas, it so happened that though they were the better ones and the righteous ones, the righteous 5 brothers, they were addicted to the game of dice. And what is remarkable in the Mahabharata is that characters are not black and white but shades of grey. And isn't that what the world is? Only in some cases the grey is almost black. Awareness of imperfection allows us to be less judgmental of others. Now, as I told you earlier, that first Krishna, you remember that Arjuna tells Krishna to bring the chariot in between the 2 armies, and when he looks at his uncles and all that he's going to kill, that I think I told you about it, that Krishna, he says, I can't fight, I can't, even if I win, it'll be what is the use? Now, Krishna tells Arjuna that if he refuses to fight and flee from the battle, people will be justified in considering him a coward. So, Krishna first tries psychology to urge Arjuna to fight. Now, if you notice, this is a very sensitive, and this is how deep sometimes Hinduism goes, because it tells you that, first of all, it tells you that we are shades of grey. Then it tells you that you've got to do your dharma. If you've been listening to my Bhagavad, the last Bhagavad that I think I uploaded on the video, on the YouTube, it says about what are our dharmas and what are the general dharmas. So as a soldier, his dharma is to fight. So, but here he uses psychology because he's so despondent. And he says that, but on the one hand, if you don't fight, you will be considered a coward. On the other hand, if Arjun does not do his dharma, that is, fight as a soldier, if he does his dharma and fights as a soldier, he will attain a high state, that of a great hero of heaven. So now, as I told you, at Kurukshetra, all the famous warriors have assembled, and conches blared, and Krishna was to act as the charioteer of Arjuna. And all that part I did tell you. And what affected Arjuna at this stage was not a sense of righteousness, but a weakness of heart. And that is what Krishna was able to see. We fool ourselves so often, no? Very often we do not have the courage to fight, but we say, oh, we are so righteous. We are so righteous, we are so jnani. So we have to know exactly where we are coming from. And that is why sometimes a guru is so essential, because something that we cannot see for ourselves, the guru sees for us. So, as I said, what affected Arjuna at this stage was not a sense of righteousness, but a weakness of heart. It is like a doctor, a surgeon whose dharma is to cut open a person to cure. But at the time of operation, he puts down his medical instrument and says he cannot go through it. They had tried all methods for peace and reconciliation, that is, the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Arjuna's wife Draupadi had been humiliated beyond imagination. A daughter-in-law, a queen, was tried to be disrobed in an open assembly where her husband, brothers-in-law, fathers-in-law were present. Such a thing has never happened in the history of mankind. Can you imagine it happening in our parliament today? Inconceivable. One must constantly remember that Arjuna was a soldier, and as a soldier, his dharma was to fight, to get what was rightfully his, to avenge Draupadi's honor. So I will stop here and ponder upon it. Not too difficult yet, but maybe I will also be telling you my favorite verses from the Gita. So stay with me and I'll see you for lesson 8. Until then, take care and God bless.